Police have identified the woman who was found near the Alta Lake Greenway trailhead Sunday morning. She's 20-year-old Jamani Parker.
Yeah, she was shot in the head.
Your friends are remembering Jamani Parker. She's the woman who was found shot near the Alta Lake Greenway Sunday morning.
What drives a bright 20-year-old college student to secretly date a 35-year-old man with a violent criminal past? A decision that would ultimately cost her life. The morning of July 14, 2024, shattered Nashville's peace. At the Alta Lake Greenway, a discovery. A young woman unresponsive. A gunshot wound to the head, no ID. Just a pink bra, dark pants, long braids. Her presence there, a calculated deception. Who was she? And who wanted her erased so completely they tried to hide the crime itself? This isn't just a murder. It's a desperate puzzle, hinting at a hidden life and a predator who left a ghost in a tranquil park. That woman was 20-year-old Jamani Parker, a Tennessee State University student with dreams that would never be realized. Her life ended with a single gunshot to the head. The man eventually charged with her murder? Her 35-year-old boyfriend, a relationship her closest friends never even knew existed. The central mystery in this case isn't just who killed Jamani Parker, it's why none of her friends knew about the relationship that would ultimately lead to her death. Welcome to MindTwist True Crime Stories, where we examine real crime cases not just for their shocking details, but for the crucial lessons they teach us about human behavior and survival. To support us, kindly subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. I'd love to know where you're watching this video from. Let me know in the comments. Don't hesitate to join the conversation too. Your thoughts and input are a vital part of this story.
Hey, granny girl.
Before the grim discovery on the Greenway, Jamani Parker was a 20-year-old college student finding her way at Tennessee State University. She arrived on campus in 2022, fresh from Milwaukee, after graduating from Rufus King High School, ready to build a new life in Nashville. We just instantly clicked, recalls Jada Lucas, who met Jamani during their freshman year. She was like the youngest out of everybody. She was often described as her mother's twin, sharing a striking resemblance which made her loss even more painful for her family. And she was a devoted older sister to her younger brother, with whom she had a close bond. Those who knew Jamani described a young woman whose energy filled rooms. She played basketball throughout her school years in Milwaukee, carrying that same competitive spirit into her college relationships. We loved her energy, Jada continues. She would call to check in at the most random times. After starting college in Tennessee, Jamani faced many of the same struggles as other college students. Times were tough. She needed a way to support herself. As she grew more independent, Jamani made the difficult decision to do whatever it took to survive, even if it meant defying what her loved ones believed was right, even if it went against her family's values.
Hello. Yeah.
Eventually, she started a subscription-based private content-sharing business and began working as an exotic dancer under the name Miss Parker, performing across Tennessee. At first, things seemed to be going well. Jamani was earning good money and gaining the independence she had always wanted. But she had no idea that a tragic chain of events was about to unfold, one that would bring everything to a sudden and devastating end. With no family in Nashville, Jamani's college friends became her support system. They formed bonds that felt like family, sister-like connections that made the distance from home more bearable. What her friends saw was a young woman balancing the typical challenges of college life, classes, part-time work, and building a social circle in a new city. What they didn't see was the relationship that would ultimately lead to her death. She moved away from home, another friend noted. For many college students, this transition marks the first taste of adult independence, making decisions without family oversight, sometimes including choices about romantic partners. But beneath the surface of basketball games, study sessions, and late-night conversations with friends, Jimani was navigating a relationship none of them knew existed.
My shoulders as he's pushing me back, and I start poising for position. Cause now here it come. Whop, whop, fa, ba, ba. Your whole head would be off. And the first thing my daughter says, you better not use no martial arts on nobody. So I said, oh, this all along. So I relaxed. And I looked at him and said, don't you ever put your...
Sunday, July 14th, 2024, approximately 10 a.m. The Alta Lake Greenway, typically a place of quiet recreation, held a stark stillness. It was there, amidst the verdant calm, that U.S. Army Corps of Engineers employees made the initial horrifying find, an unresponsive woman. Their urgent 911 call instantly transformed the tranquil trail into a frantic scene of police and medics. Officers secured the area. Medical personnel worked swiftly, transporting the young woman to a local hospital. Her description was quickly relayed. A black female in her early 20s, dressed in dark pants and a pink bra, her hair in long braids. There was no identification. Within moments of arrival at the hospital, the devastating news came. She was pronounced dead. The Metro Nashville Police Department confirmed the next day that a preliminary autopsy revealed she died from a fatal gunshot wound to the head. This wasn't a natural death, it was a homicide, and the investigation began.
Tonight, police have identified the woman who was found near the Alta Lake Greenway trailhead Sunday morning. She's 20-year-old Jimani Parker.
Yeah, she was shot in the head. As WSMV's Danielle Ledbetter reports, police are searching for answers.
Sam McMurphy says he comes to this spot near Percy Priest Dam just about every day.
Very few places around the lake where you can find any shade.
But when he got there, right around 10 on Sunday morning,
There's hardly ever nobody here, especially on Sunday and it being hot. There's usually parking lots full of people.
he said it was like he missed the memo.
It was just strange yesterday, like something told people not to be here or they knew something and already left.
Shortly after, he learned a woman's body was found near the Alta Lake Greenway. Police said a U.S. Army Corps of Engineers employee found her around 10 a.m.
Off, I just seen all the crime scene vans and police cars and ranger trucks sitting right there at the gate.
Police said she was found with a possible gunshot wound to the head. Now police are looking for answers, and they hope McMurphy might have some.
Just said I seen anybody leaving in a hurry or anything strange going on or whatever, suspicious, but like I said, I didn't see nothing.
McMurphy says in all his years, he has seen a lot at the dam, but nothing violent, so he's shocked. But he says since he always sits in the car, he will continue to be a regular there. Danielle Ledbetter, WSMV4.
As detectives canvassed the scene, a perplexing detail emerged. While Jimani Parker's body lay on the Greenway Trail, reports indicated the shooting may have occurred elsewhere, at a home on Dodson Chapel Road. This wasn't a simple outdoor assault. It suggested an attempt to move the victim, to obscure the true location of the crime. A calculated move to conceal the initial brutality, to hide the true events from investigators. Why transport a body? What sequence of events led to her being discarded in a public park? This discrepancy immediately elevated the case from a baffling crime to a desperate attempt to erase tracks, to bury more than just a life. It hinted at a struggle not witnessed, a violent act whose true beginning remained hidden in the shadows. The hunt for answers had just intensified dramatically. The days following the discovery were critical. Homicide detectives worked tirelessly, canvassing the Alta Lake Greenway, interviewing park visitors, searching for any detail that would break the case open. But Jimani's identity remained unknown. The lack of identification on her body was a significant obstacle, leaving investigators with no immediate leads, no path to piece together her last hours. Then, on Monday, July 15th, a breakthrough. Metro Police officially confirmed the victim's name, 20-year-old Jimani Parker. For her friends in Nashville, this was a moment of horrifying realization. Jada Lucas and others had spent the previous night desperately piecing together clues from early news reports, a chilling dread building as they recognized the description. Now, their worst fears were confirmed. As investigators dug deeper, meticulously examining Jimani's social media and cell phone records, a new, unsettling layer of her life came to light. It was a revelation that caught many of her closest friends off guard. Jimani Parker had been in a serious romantic relationship. This was a detail she had kept hidden from most of her circle, a secret that would soon prove to be profoundly consequential.
Now been a month since 20-year-old Jimani Parker was shot and killed near a greenway. Police are still looking for the shooter. Thanks for joining us here at 6:30. I'm Tracy Cornett.
And I'm Marius Payton. MNPD says they're pursuing strong leads in the case. As Danielle Ledbetter explains, Parker's friends and parkgoers are hoping justice comes soon.
Shauna Watts comes to this area near the Alta Lake Greenway pretty often.
I come about once a week. I love the scenery. I love being out here, the scenery, just seeing like the other families out here as well.
Just around the corner from this peaceful view, 20-year-old Jimani Parker was found shot near the Greenway a month ago today.
I couldn't imagine walking out here with my children and seeing something like that.
A U.S. Army Corps of Engineer employee found Parker. She was taken to the hospital where she died. Although her last moments were spent here, Jimani Parker's friends told me last month they don't want that to be how she's remembered.
Her spirit, her funness, her spirit, she was the youngest out of everybody. So we loved her, we loved her energy. I would just really say her spirit, her calling to check it and at the randomest times, everything.
Her friends are hoping police find the person who shot Parker.
I want to get her name out. I want to make sure she is justice for her name. I want to do as much as I possibly can.
Now, while police search for Parker's killer, Watts will continue to enjoy the view, but now with more apprehension.
Someone next to you could be someone who hurt someone, and that's a scary thought.
The man she was dating was 35-year-old Lovell Winton Jones. More than a decade older than her, his existence in Jimani's life, unknown to many, immediately raised questions. His name, until then a footnote in her private world, was now central to a homicide investigation. This wasn't just a hidden relationship, it was a link to a history that would soon expose a chilling truth about Jimani's final moments. The search for her killer had just gained a name and a dangerous new direction. Lovell Winton Jones, 35 years old, identified as Jimani Parker's boyfriend, quickly became central to the investigation. Born on March 17, 1989, his public profile was almost non-existent until now. Court records, however, tell a different story. A long-standing history of felony charges within Davidson County, Tennessee, dating back to at least 2008. Winton Jones's criminal past reveals a consistent pattern. In 2008, he faced aggravated robbery charges, leading to a conviction for robbery, aggravated weapon or object, and a 9-year sentence. A 2010 aggravated assault charge was later dismissed. But most significantly in 2014, after charges of especially aggravated robbery and aggravated kidnapping, he was convicted of a lesser robbery charge. This resulted in a 10-year supervised probation sentence. The chilling detail, he was actively on probation for that felony conviction when Jimani Parker was murdered in July 2024. This history raises immediate, urgent questions. Why would a bright college student with a promising future become involved with someone carrying such a troubled past? Was she aware? And why keep it hidden from the friends who had become her Nashville family? These questions haunted Jimani's friends after learning about the relationship. None of them had met Winton Jones. None had heard his name mentioned in conversations. The relationship existed in a completely separate compartment of Jimani's life. Was the system failing to adequately supervise a man with a documented propensity for violence? Winton Jones's record painted a portrait of disregard for the law, potentially for human life. And while none of these prior acts directly tied him to Jimani's case initially, they foreshadowed a terrifying connection. A critical turning point came on July 26, Winton Jones was already behind bars, incarcerated on 9 unrelated felony charges, including substance possession and evading arrest. This prior arrest, on charges completely separate from Jumani's death, inadvertently provided investigators with a crucial advantage. It kept him contained. With Winton Jones already in custody, law enforcement had the time and space to meticulously build their murder case against him, undisturbed by the possibility of him fleeing.
Friends are remembering Jumani Parker. She's the woman who was found shot near the Alta Lake Greenway Sunday morning.
WSMV's Danielle Ledbetter shares how friends want her to be remembered.
Although Jumani Parker spent her last moments here, her friends say they don't want that to be how she's remembered.
Her spirit, her funness, her spirit. She was the youngest out of everybody. So we loved her. We loved her energy. I would just really say her spirit, her calling to check in and at the randomest times, everything.
That's what Parker's friend Jada Lucas wants her to be remembered for. The two met as freshmen at Tennessee State University in 2022.
We just instantly clicked.
Now her sister is gone, she says, and like a sister bond, Lucas says she knew pretty quickly something was wrong.
We stayed up looking the entire night, putting stuff together, putting clues together. We found the article actually before it even happened, before they even identified her body. We found the article and the description that it said. We was like, y'all, that might be her.
Lucas says she hasn't slept, trying to piece it all together.
I'm mad at the same time. I'm filled with rage, but I'm also filled with sadness.
She says that sadness and rage is fueling her to push to get her friend justice.
She wouldn't want me to see her cry, in her words. I want to get her name out. I want to make sure she is justice for her name. I want to do as much as I possibly can.
Lucas and others are planning a balloon release for her. It's set to take place next Friday at Cedar Hill. Danielle Ledbetter, WSMV4.
2 months after Lovell Winton Jones was jailed on unrelated charges, a significant development in Jumani Parker's case emerged. On Thursday evening, September 26th, Metro Nashville Police formally announced a first-degree murder indictment. This was a critical legal action. A grand jury had reviewed the evidence presented by prosecutors and determined there was sufficient probable cause to proceed with a murder trial. The indictment was served to Winton Jones while he was already in jail, having been incarcerated since July 26th for those 9 other charges, including substance possession and evading arrest. But despite the indictment, the most unsettling question persists: the motive. As of the information available, no specific reason for Jumani Parker's murder has been publicly released by authorities. The details of the evidence presented to the grand jury also remain undisclosed. This absence of publicly known specifics regarding the why behind the tragedy creates a lingering mystery, adding to the profound sadness of the case. Was it premeditated? A spontaneous act of rage? The court filings indicate Jumani's death was the result of intentional violence by someone close to her. But the full story of that July morning, the true sequence of events leading to Jumani's final breath, these remain part of a sealed prosecution strategy. The indictment is a formal accusation, not a conviction. The legal journey towards a final verdict is still very much an open chapter, with Winton Jones still held without bond and the case set for future hearings. As of the latest available information, he has not yet entered a plea in open court, and no final outcome has been reached yet. What do you think is the motive behind this crime? Kindly share your thoughts in the comments section. The case of Jumani Parker and Lovell Winton Jones extends beyond a single tragedy. It underscores the devastating consequences of intimate partner violence and raises critical questions about existing systems. Winton Jones's extensive and violent criminal history, coupled with him being on probation for a felony conviction at the time of the murder, prompts deeper examination of correctional supervision and rehabilitation efforts. This case reflects broader societal challenges related to the cycle of violence and its prevention, highlighting the profound difficulties in stopping such events. News of Jimani's death and the subsequent arrest of Lovell Winton Jones rippled through Nashville, touching both the Tennessee State University campus and the broader community. Within days of the official identification, Jimani's friends gathered at Cedar Hill Park for a balloon release memorial. Dozens of purple and white balloons drifted skyward as attendees shared memories and tears. Jimani Parker's story stands as a powerful reminder of the relentless pursuit of justice, the complex nature of criminal behavior, and the enduring impact of violence on individuals and communities. Her memory, defined by her spirit and boundless energy, lives on in those who loved her. We extend our heartfelt condolences to the family and friends of Jimani Parker. We pray for continued strength and comfort in the memories you shared. May you get the justice you so desperately desire. If Jimani's story moved you, if you found value in understanding the complexities of this case, kindly like and share this video. Let Jimani's story reach further, demanding the attention and awareness it deserves. If you're looking to see more true crime stories, subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell icon. Don't forget to check out our other compelling true crime stories as well. Thank you for watching to the end. Until next time, stay safe.